It's finally February, and I'm so excited to dive into this week's Beach Cities market update because February is where the buyer demand shows up, and that really shows the numbers. Quick though, before we jump in, if you like following what's not just headlines, but actually happening in the numbers and the market here in the beach cities, that is Dana Point, San Clemente, San Juan Capistrano, and Laguna Niguel, don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss what's happening. This week's high sale yet again happened on Beach Road in Dana Point, which is one of the most exclusive streets, not just in Dana Point, but all of California. That's right, it was a 5-bedroom, 4.5 bath beachfront home that sold for $6.1 million at 35177 Beach Road. The road keeps showing up in the high sales because you simply cannot replicate the lifestyle you get when you walk out of your back door onto the sand. Let's take a look at the beach cities numbers that matter, and then we're going to zoom out, and this will be fun, and take a look at this exact week last year. This week in the beach cities, our active inventory grew by 18 properties to 300 homes, and our demand, represented by homes that are currently in escrow, grew by 9 homes up to 139 properties. That represents the buyer demand, but baby, it's just getting started, being the beginning of February. If we take a quick look at this exact week last year, we had 335 active listings. That's 11% more inventory 1 year ago. That's back when we had 7% mortgage rates, and our demand was almost exactly the same at 137 properties. So when people are asking right now, how does this market compare to last year? Often I'm letting them know that, you know what, our demand is getting off to a little bit faster, almost the same start, but our supply is down by 10%. The really interesting thing is that in February last year, as we saw the giant jump, in fact, this next week last year, we saw the giant jump in demand, where in 1 week it went from 137 homes in escrow last year to the next week 162, which this is already starting to show up. We've been in several multiple offer situations this week, so I would expect we're going to see a big jump in pending sales in the next 7 days. February as a month last year ended with 175 homes in escrow, representing a great demand that held through much of the year, but didn't quite keep pace with the summer inventory build. It did finish the year last year strong, which absorbed a lot of the inventory we saw last year, which is why I'm so excited about February this year, because I want to see, can February this year beat February last year with its demand? Can we have more than 175 homes in escrow at the end of this month? Let me know your thoughts. Drop in the comments. Do you think this year's market is off to a better start than last year's? Donald Trump also showed up this week in the housing news as he appointed his selection for the next Fed chair, Kevin Warsh. Historically, Kevin has been viewed as a hawk, and so you might ask, why is Trump picking somebody who's not going to be a rubber stamp yes Trump man and try and lower mortgage rates? My opinion, for what it's worth, is that Trump was trying to select a Fed chair that still had influence with the current Fed governors. If he came in and put a yes man in there that was simply coming in and saying, we need economic policy to be favorable again, we need to lower interest rates to the floor, then he would expect to get a lot of kickback from all of the current Fed governors and likely wouldn't gain any influence with them, causing their vote to overrule any impact that Fed chair could have. And so by picking someone who's historically been a hawk, but has potential to be someone who can help Trump's policy and help move towards a more neutral economic policy and lower mortgage rates, he can potentially avoid that kickback from the current Fed members. So it'll be really interesting to see, does Kevin turn away from his previous hawkish past, or is this simply a repeat of Jerome Powell? Again, let me know what you think. It'll be a wild ride, but we're going to keep you up to date here every single week on what's happening with the Fed, mortgage rates, and the overall economy as it pertains to beach cities real estate. Our deal of the week this week comes in the Coast neighborhood in San Clemente, which is an awesome family-friendly neighborhood. It's a beautifully remodeled 4-bedroom, 4.5 bath on a 12,000 square foot lot located at 2908 Calle Frontera, and it just listed for $1,699,000. If you have questions on it or think it might be your next home, call me or message me immediately. I'd love to go tour it with you. That's a wrap on this week's Beach Cities Market Update. February is shaping up to be the key month. Inventory is still tight, demand is growing. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on what comes next. I'll see you next week.